Hello, folks, friends that I know you're probably not watching this, but watching this anyway because I made this cool video just for you guys. This video, I'll be making something very special, and this will include the very things that I got for Christmas. I'm very happy about it. Now let's get on with the video. You guys know me, I'm a DM, and I have a lot of dice, and I've been getting to a new hobby, Warhammer 40k. So, with this new book, I'm able to create a video for you guys. It's just gonna be for fun, but we'll get into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. For the game, we have dice, rulers, mats, and terrain if you want. Also, sheets. Sheets that tell you about the characters and groups. So this insult intercessors, how well they fight, how well they shoot, how strong they are, how tough they are, how many life points they have, call wounds, how many attacks they have in the fight phase, leaderships, and saves. I'll be skipping the leadership so the game's just much easier. And weapons and so forth, that'll be explaining over someone. For this one, I have a special group that I got from the box, and I'm showing you guys. From a friend that I like to call them Egyptian Terminators. They're the Necrons, they're the Immortal Kings, they're basically the undead of this game. They got long-range guns, and will like to kill anything afar from them. On the other side, we have a group that I love very much. The Orcs. Big, bad, and brutish. Not having as many numbers as the Necrons, but they have a big mech that carries a lot of big weapons and these knobs that are stronger than the boys. With custom shooters, some choppers and power claws, the ammo run, and then a pain boy. Now we got the army's assist. Let's see what they can do in the battlefield where things will be very hectic. From the recruit manual, we'll be playing Hold the Center, where we gather up our troops and do our best to get as many points as we can, getting points for killing enemy infantry, characters, and if we control the marker D. Now, let the battle begin. The game begins with an initiative with a roll off of 2 dice, a green dice for orcs, and the gray dice for necrons. The orcs go first and the necrons go second. This is for deployment, not who actually goes first. And for this, both players take turns putting their necessary units one group at a time. And in Warhammer we have a thing called group coherency, where a squad has to be at least within 2 inches of each other. Now for me playing Necrons, I expect that most of my guys will be shooting down this big mech right here, because the big mech won't be getting much cover from that background. And my little swarms will be coming up here to attack these dinky orcs. These orcs are knobs, so you have scorches, rocket launches, shooters, kill saws, power claws, choppers, and a big chopper, and an ammo runs. And they have a pain boy that makes it harder to kill them. This thing right here will be doing its best to get to the opponents and kill them as fast as possible. Rolling off to see who goes first. Orcs go first. So my first action was to start moving my knobs. To move them, you move them by the base, not by the edge of them, to keep that coherency. Now time you've been all waiting for, moving the big death dread. It moves 6 inches and is a very dangerous thing with its big stub, its heavy stubber, and then its flamethrower, its 2 giant claws. One more thing to mention, there is command points in this game which give your units bonuses, and the orcs gain 1 when it became their turn. In the orcs I made a little mistake because the orcs are up close and personal, and just learning from this right here, we're going to be shooting this heavy stubber. It rolls 3 dice since it's assault 3, but orcs are very bad at shooting, meaning I should have put them closer. Because they only hit on 5-ups, meaning they only hit on a 5 or up on the dice. None of them go through. Now, he also has a Scorcher, which flamethrowers go on a d6, so getting 4 shots. All of them fail, not getting any 5-ups. Now, we'll get our orcs over here. One with the Slugger, but he's out of range, because they're out of 12 inches. One with a shooter, one with another shooter, but also a rocket launcher, so he can fire both. And then that's it. But also this ammo run helps the group for shooting. Ammo run, which is accompanying this guy right here, who has a combi weapon with a shooter and a deadly rocket launcher. So you'll be shooting with both weapons. Checking the data sheet. Rocket launcher with a shooter. The shooter has 2 shots, the rocket launcher has 1. Let's roll. On a 5-up, he has a little rot, so he can re-roll one of them. 5. He's able to get that rocket launcher shot he just wants. The rocket launcher is an 8. So on 8 against the Necron's toughness of 4, meaning it's doubled, meaning it's only on a 2-up to wound. 4 beats it. Now they have to make a save. 4 plus save, -2. This is going to be on a 6-up. Failed. The unit dies, but there is no such thing as overload damage because the rocket launcher is not a blaster weapon. Now we'll be using this orc right here, who has a flamer and a shooter. Gonna get his shooter shots in. Both fail. And then this guy, who also has a slugger, who is about within 12 inches of the nearest enemy, can shoot. 1 time. Fails. Yeah, this is not what I wanted. These orcs all suck at shooting. To the next phase. To this phase, I'm not very happy about how everything went, but now we're on to the charge phase. So our big guy can finally start ripping and tearing. Now I'm going to declare a charge. For the Necrons, they can do a thing called Overwatch, which if they're getting charged at, they can fire all their shots into here. And I made a miscalculation because shooting all these guys is a mistake. Because Necrons have a thing called Rapid Fire, which makes it so that if they're within half the range of 24 inches, if you didn't know, is basically the half of this whole map, or this whole map precisely for 24 inches. And since he's going to be charging, he's going to get shot with a lot. Risky move, but I'm doing it. Jesus, my hands are pretty full. And this is only for the guys in the back. These guys, all have a Gauss flare, which is 24 inches, which means they have a rapid fire at instead 12 range instead of a 7 like a Gauss Reaper. Means they're weaker, but their AP is just, it doesn't change the damage much, so it really is your choice when you decide to have these Necrons, or these Egyptian Terminators, I still call for Anthony. All on 3-ups, because they have a ballistic skill of 3. I have some fails. I'll just replace one so it's easier to roll them. So, our thing has a toughness of 4 against the Dreadnought.